Glowy base in 15 minutes. Let's go. The products I'm going to be using today is going to feature a lot of Giorgio Armani, and let's get into this flawless base for my normal to dry skin girly. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our moisturizer. So I'm going to be using the ELEMIS Pro Collagen Marine Cream, and this is a moisturizer perfect for normal to dry skin and also dry skin. We're just going to take a tiny bit like so, and then we're just going to apply that to the whole face, and we're going to let that dry down before we apply the primer. But today I'm going to be using two primers, so just because I like a glowy dewy finish, I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani primer here and using the Makeup Milk Hydro Grip. These two primers are perfect for normal or dry skin, especially Milk Hydro Grip is perfect for normal skin or dry skin. I'm going to apply this on the outer corner of my face just so that it can give me a really hydrated dewy finish. You can see the skin is very hydrated and very glowy, so I really like a glowy base. And then I go in with one pump of the Hydro Grip, which is the inner part of my skin, and then I'll just use my two fingers just to, and also work it into my under eye as well. If it is a day makeup, make sure that you've already added your sunscreen when you added your moisturizer. If it's a night makeup, then you don't need to add sunscreen at night time. Now that the skin is drying, I'm going to focus on my eyebrows. So this is the time that I gel my eyebrows. I use the last 1 minute of the 2 minutes to let my primer sit to lay my eyebrows. One of my favorite products to use is to use the Urban Decay Slick Day Brow. So this is one of my favorite products to use, and it's got this comb. It can be a little harsh on the skin, but you just have to work around it. If you know how to use it nicely, then good. Or you can use Benefits, or you can use Refine. Just because I said I'm gonna make this a skin tint type, and I really do want to use my luminous my Giorgio Armani luminous foundation, I'm going to be adding a tiny bit of the serum to this just so it can give us a skin tint feel. I'm going to be using my Spectrum brush. So I've had this, there's no foundation on there, so I'm just going to tap into what I've got. Just started tapping into the skin lightly. So here is what it looks like on the skin, and I really do like the finish. For someone that have normal skin or dry skin or very dry skin, so you need a hydrating concealer, and I'll be using the Dior Forever concealer. I've got the shade 6 in here. This acts as a color corrector and also as a base for the highlight, and it's got kind of like a red peachy undertone, so which will help as a color corrector. And I'm just gonna add that there and there and then there. We're gonna be going with contour while we let the concealer sit, and today I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty contour. I've got the shade Trigwell here. I really like this contour. Liquid contour is really good, so we're gonna be adding that now, and we'll be blending that. And then also I'm gonna use that to sculpt my lip as well, just the top of the lip. Because I haven't set the face before, I'm gonna set my face now so that everything's kind of like locked in, especially the foundation. So I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. the e.l.f. Power Grip Setting Spray. To make it faster, you can either use a fan, or you could just use something like a cardboard and just quickly fan away. Now that it's dried down, then we're going to start blending the contour here, and just work into, pull that at the top, and then pull this in and bring that up, and you can see like a C shape. Going in with your foundation brush, and then you just use that to blend out the ash lines. Now it's time to blend the concealer, so you just have to work quickly. If you're in a rush, blend. Go in, it's best to have like a dual brush, and just blend the outer corner out, and then going in with that, blend, inner corner, blend, blend the inner corner after that, and then use your foundation brush just to blend that quickly as well. So you can see the bottom, it is flawless base already, and then you go in with here and you just tap. The nose contour is pretty much like a tap. So looking up, I'm just going to tap that, starting from the outer corner. And if you want a snatch look, you can bring it up your eye, and that will give you like a snatch look. So that's what you want. Just tap gently. Make sure you are looking up, and then bring it. It depends if you've got dark features like I do. I tend to bring my contour to the side of my nose because I want my nose to be a little bit narrower or a little bit smaller, give an illusion of smaller nose. Other side of the brush, just to blend that part, and then you can see that this part of the face is, flawless. So we do the same quickly to the other side. To highlight my eyes, I'm going to be going in with the Luminous concealer in the shade 6.5. This is really light. I'm just going to tap that in the inner corner like so, and then put a bit on my nose and the bridge of my nose. This is the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. This is what I'm going to go in with. This is in the shade 42S. You can either add it to the back of your hand and just work it in, or if you're in a rush, you can just add a 3 dot. I'm going to use a flatter brush just to do my nose, contour my nose quickly, and then I'm just quickly going to work the concealer into the skin. We're going to be using a fluffy brush just because we're just going to lightly set the face. We're not really going to bake into the skin. I'm going to be mixing these two. I got like the tiny pots just because then I can use them as much as I can. We're going to be setting all the creamy parts. So the first one is, I'm going to be using the NARS. This is Laguna 8. I'm going to be setting my contour with this. I'm going to do a quick eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use my Tate palette and to get like the brown shade and just work it at the back of the eye. Just gonna put that in the middle of the eye. For the brows, I always use NYX for the brows. So we're just gonna go in and we're just going to do the tail end. This mascara, this is the Armani mascara. Use that on the bottom lashes quickly. I'm gonna lip line with the Armani lipstick in the shade 109, and then I'm gonna go in with this lippy, and this is in the shade 30. This one here to line the outer part of the lip. I'm gonna go in with this blush here. This is the shade 52. Going in with the Armani in the shade 11.5. Just bring everything. And this is the final look. Let me know what you think of this look. I haven't put any lashes on because there's no time to do that, but this is the base we can do foundation, using our foundation as a skin tint. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.